time to start talking about what's real and what's not.
A pair of sisters from Buffalo looking to spark a conversation about race in our country in a really unique way. And it comes at a time where concerns of racial injustice and hate crimes in the U.S. are at the forefront of so many people's minds.
Rallies have been popping up nationwide this past week after a white man shot and killed 6 Asian American women at 3 Georgia spas. The rallies were to honor the victims and shine a light on the ongoing hate against Asian Americans. It's something similar to what we saw over the summer, especially after the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. And having this conversation about race could be uncomfortable, especially in your office. That's why Sarah and Kezia Pearson created this game called Pulling the Race Card. All new this morning, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Taylor Epps shows us how it works to start the discussion.
We want equality! We want justice!
June 2020. Protesters filled streets across America, rallying for racial justice. March 2021. Here we are again.
Proud to be Asian!
Everybody has been schooled to think certain things about certain groups of people. And based on these stereotypes, people have been killed, people have been hurt, people have lost jobs. It's time we start having these conversations.
But how do you talk about issues of race? Where do you start? This pair of sisters from Buffalo hopes to answer those questions and get this conversation started with a game they created.
It forces you to kind of look at your biases, your stereotypes. It forces you to, do a lot of self-reflection to determine whether or not, am I on the right side of history or the wrong side of history, and what can I do to fix it?
Sisters Kezia Pearson and Sarah Pearson Collins, along with family members Cephas Pearson, came up with a game called Pulling the Race Card. They've been working on it since the death of George Floyd last May.
It's a deck that gets the conversation started, basically.
So each player gets 2 cards, one that says fact and one that says fiction.
And then a card is pulled from the top of the deck. Somebody reads the statement, and you say whether you feel it's fact or fiction.
And that's where the conversation starts, about topics like Blue Lives Matter, LGBTQ rights, white privilege, and more. And at the bottom of each statement card, you'll see a QR code. When you scan it, it'll take you to an article or video with more information about the topic.
The police shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
I think that once we have these conversations, we will find out that we're very much the same, that, we want the same things.
This is the point where you discuss.
We don't have to agree. We definitely don't, and we're probably not going to agree on a lot of the topics. But the point is, in having the conversations, we need to start understanding each other.
The Pearson sisters hope the race card game can start conversations with people of all ages and backgrounds in any setting.
We're looking to market this with corporations, for team building exercises. It can be sit around a dinner table and having that discussion.
Their ultimate goal, to have a global impact.
We need to start having those conversations so that we can start changing the nation, or the world, actually. Yeah.
No, this is a great idea. These are the kind of conversations that we're all having these days, or we should be having. So Taylor's joining us live this morning. Taylor, when you're playing this game, when you're talking about all this, how does it end? Is there a winner when you come out of it?
So the interesting part about this game is that there is no winner because there's no right or wrong answer to each of the cards. Take this card, for example. It says racism has gotten worse in America. Now, whether you agree with that statement or not, it's all about sharing your thoughts and hearing others' thoughts as well. Now, these decks are available online, and we have the link to where you can purchase them right now on our website at WKBW.com.